The alien woman knelt after the feet and said, "I am yours now," ChatGPT said. Under the pale sky that followed the final battle, everything was silent. The dust was still in the air, the wind gentle but full of smoke and the smell of metal and fire. I stood in the middle of what used to be a battlefield, my weapon hanging loosely in my hand. My armor was scratched, heavy with blood and dirt, and my body ached. But I was alive. That itself felt strange. Across from me, she knelt. The alien woman who had once been a fierce warrior, feared across systems. She had fought me like no other had. She was fast, strong, and full of rage. Her people had sent her to finish the war, and she had come close. But not close enough. Now she was kneeling, her head bowed low, her long hair tangled with blood and dirt. Her armor was cracked, one shoulder barely held together, her breathing heavy. I had struck the final blow, but I had not killed her. I had stopped just before. Something in her eyes, something had made me hesitate. Then she looked up and spoke. "I am yours now." At first, I didn't believe it. I thought maybe she was trying to trick me. But her eyes, they were serious. They were tired, yes, but they held no hate. No trick, only surrender. "What do you mean?" I asked. Her voice was soft. "You defeated me. My life is yours." I didn't know her customs. I didn't know what that meant to her people. But she meant it. I could see it in every movement, every breath. Her defeat was not just the end of the battle. It was the end of who she was. Everything she had been trained for, everything she believed in, gone. I stepped closer. "I don't want to own you," I said. "It does not matter what you want," she replied. "I gave myself to you. It is done." There was no fear in her, only a strange kind of peace, as if by losing she had found something she never had before. I offered her my hand. She stared at it for a long moment, then slowly took it. Her skin was cold. Her fingers trembled. I helped her up. We walked away from the field. There was nothing left there for either of us. No sides, no winners, only survivors. I brought her to a shelter near the edge of the ruins. It was quiet, forgotten, hidden behind broken metal and walls half-eaten by war. I started a fire with what little fuel I could find. She sat near it, silent, her eyes following the flames like she was trying to remember what warmth felt like. I gave her water. She drank it slowly. Then I gave her food. She looked at it strangely. "This is human food," she said. "Yes," I said. "It's all I have." She nodded and took a bite. She didn't complain. She ate quietly, every movement careful. I wondered if she had ever eaten like this before, not with soldiers or in a tent filled with orders and shouting, but just like this. After some time, she spoke again. "My name is Zira." I looked at her. "I'm Eli." She nodded. "You fight well, Eli." "So do you," I said. She didn't smile, but she looked away, almost shy. "I was trained to win or die," she said. "But now I've done neither. You're still here." "I don't know who I am now," she whispered. That silence between us felt heavy. She was not only a warrior. She was someone who had lost her purpose. And I didn't know if I was the one who could help her find a new one. "Why did you kneel?" I asked her. "Why say what you said?" She didn't answer right away. The fire cracked softly between us. "My people believe in honor," she said. "When a warrior is defeated in fair combat, she gives herself to the victor. It is a way of preserving honor even in loss. That doesn't sound fair. It isn't about fairness. It's about accepting truth. The truth is that you were stronger, that you showed mercy. That means I owe you more than just my life." I shook my head. "You don't owe me anything. But I feel I do. The next day, she helped me search the remains of the battlefield for supplies. Her steps were slower now. She wasn't the same fighter she'd been before, but she moved with a grace that hadn't left her. We didn't speak much, but something had shifted. She didn't just follow me. She walked beside me. Later, while fixing a damaged transmitter, she sat near me and said, "I always thought humans were cruel, and now you confuse me." "How?" "You could have ended me, but you didn't." "I didn't want to." "Why not?" "Because something about you didn't feel like the enemy anymore." She watched me closely after that. Her eyes seemed to see deeper than before, like she was trying to understand more than just my words. That night, a storm hit. The wind howled outside, and we sat close to the fire, wrapped in whatever cloth we had found. I noticed her hand shaking slightly. "You're cold," I said. She didn't answer. I reached out and gently placed a blanket around her shoulders. She froze. "No one has done that for me before," she said. "What? Giving you a blanket?" "Kindness. Softness. We are taught to survive, not to feel. Maybe now you can learn both." She looked at me, and her eyes were no longer the eyes of a soldier. They were the eyes of someone waking up from a long, hard sleep. "Do you think I can change?" she asked. "I think you already have." She leaned closer to the fire and closed her eyes. In the days that followed, she began to laugh quietly at small things. The way I burned food. The way I talked to the broken comm system, as if it would suddenly fix itself. She never mocked, just smiled, soft and silent, like something heavy was lifting from her. One day, she told me about her life before the war, her training, the isolation, how she had never known family, only commanders, never known affection, only orders. "I used to believe that strength meant never needing anyone," she said. "But now, I don't know. You don't have to be alone anymore," I said. She looked at me. "You still see me as yours?" I asked, not sure why I asked it. She paused. "No," she said slowly. "I see myself as yours, not because of defeat, but because of choice." I didn't answer. There were no words for what I felt in that moment. Just a strange warmth, deep and quiet. She wasn't kneeling anymore. She wasn't broken. She was standing beside me, and she had chosen to stay.